I want to take your second point because it's absolutely crucial. Unlike Scotland, who we'll hear from in a moment, and Wales, from whom we have already heard, that protocol is utterly crucial to Northern Ireland and to your membership. And I'm struck by one possible thing. Is the fact that she appears to be a take-no-prisoners bruiser with the European Union quite important in your mind and that of the minds of your membership?
Yeah, I mean, her rhetoric's being, robust, but, this is an individual who gets, understands the art of negotiation as well. She's led our country on the world stage as Foreign Secretary. If you look closely at Liz Truss's comments, over the course of this campaign, I think, of course, she's open to, fresh negotiations if they were presented to the UK government under her premiership on the protocol. But the reality is that I think a very fair and reasonable proposal has been put on the table by virtue of the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill, the idea of a green lane where goods coming from GB to Northern Ireland, clearly for domestic consumption in Northern Ireland, should not be subject to checks. And of course, it would be ideal if our friends and partners in Brussels had a renewed sense of negotiation and wanted to sit down with a Truss administration. But I mean, Liz Truss's top priority is to restore our devolved institutions in Northern Ireland. And the reality is the protocol, as it's currently framed, does not enjoy cross-community support. Political unionism in Northern Ireland has not got behind the protocol. The top priority is to see the restoration of Stormont, without which, by the way, we don't have a functioning budget right now. There's funds have been frozen. There's been emergency powers that are going through right now that allow the Department of Finance in Northern Ireland to release about £400 million. But in the scheme of things, that's not going to come close to touching a lot of our issues. So we're in a really difficult situation in Northern Ireland. I think Liz Truss gets that, and she's fully behind trying to restore devolved government here.
The perfect intro to my final question, which genuinely was the question I was going to ask you anyway, Andrew, and that is this, that you know very, very well that in terms of the psephology of it, the voting patterns of it, Sinn Féin, utterly opposed to the union, are in the ascendant both north and south of the border. What does Liz Truss, if she's Prime Minister, do when she sits down across the desk from you and says, right, OK, Andrew, we've got to turn the tide here. This is what we do. What do you hope that she will bring at that point to the table? You've talked about the coalition, you've talked about the protocol, and you've talked about boosting the party. So I want to know, fill in the gaps on point 3. What's she going to do?
I think we need to present a really positive vision for the union. And the problem is right now, unionism in Northern Ireland has been split. I think there's arguably been infighting amongst the different unionist political parties. Northern Ireland's a part of the UK economy that's heavily dependent still on the public sector. We need to try and unleash the, private sector economy in Northern Ireland. There's huge potential. I mean, Northern Ireland has really been able to show itself in a positive way on the world stage. I mean, HBO, sought to film huge parts of Game of Thrones in Northern Ireland. The British Open was hosted at, Royal Portrush Golf Club, set to host that again in 2025. Northern Ireland can present itself as a really, as a beacon for investment on the world stage. But we've got to get away from the traditional, fractured division, politics of division of the past. And I think a Truss administration can really, through the vehicle of the Northern Ireland Conservatives, can try and present a positive vision, an exciting vision for unionism.